Hello, boys and girls. How are we today?
Go.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to ask you a little question. Have you ever wanted a pet? Raise your hand if you've ever wanted a pet, if ever had a pet. What kind of pet did you want?
I always wanted a hamster.
A hamster? That's so cool. Well, today we're going to learn about some very important people that have pets. Remember when we did those statements, when I read you these statements last class, and you had to agree or disagree if you thought it was true? So today we're going to continue learning about that, and we're going to learn about reading comprehension. But first of all, we're going to start with our I can statement. Ready? So we're going to read this together. I can answer questions about a story to show that I have understood what I read.
Can I be in the video?
So we can answer questions about a story.
So we can be in the video.
Okay, great. So we're basically saying that when we read, we can answer questions so that we know that we can understand. That's what we're going to be working on today, okay? All right. So we're going to take out our anticipation guide that we learned about last class. And I'm going to read these statements to you again. And I want you to have this in mind, because after we do, pay attention, after we do these statements, we're going to read a story about these statements, and we're going to find out. We're going to be detectives. You want to be my detective? You're going to be a detective? Okay. Yeah. We're going to be, you got to think about these statements while we're reading our story.
Miss, can you have this?
Yes.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to get started, all right? Let's take a look. This is your anticipation guide. Remember anticipation? Remember we talked about that? Anticipation is when you're waiting for something to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. You're anticipating, okay? So this is our anticipation guide that we worked on last week. So last week, I said presidents are not allowed to have pets. And do you remember what you said? Did you agree or disagree?
I think.
Presidents are not allowed to have pets.
I agree. Wait, I didn't agree.
Yes, you said disagree because you said presidents can have pets, right? People only keep their pets on leashes. What did you say to that one?
Disagree.
Disagree, right? Because we talked about all the different things people keep their pets on, remember?
Yeah.
All right. And then the president's office is not a place for animals. What did you say to that? Do you remember? The president's office is not a place for animals.
Agree.
You agreed with that, right? Because it's like a job, right? It's your job. You don't bring your pets to work. So maybe that could be agree or maybe that could be disagree. We'll see. We're going to find out in our story. Are you anticipating to find it out? Are you anticipating it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Presidents are too busy to spend time with their pets. What did you put for that one?
Disagree.
You put disagreed. Good. All right. And people can only have one pet.
Disagree.
Right? Because we know a lot of people who have more than one pet, right? And
well, not everyone. It's very rare, but it is allowed.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Pets are not allowed in hospitals. What did you say to that? Do you remember? You have it here in front of you.
I changed my mind. I disagree.
So pets are not allowed. Remember, listen to the question. Pets are not allowed in hospitals.
Disagree.
But you put agree last week, remember? Pets are not allowed. You want to change your mind to disagree? So you think pets are allowed in hospitals?
Yeah.
Why?
Because what if they actually need to go to the hospital?
Okay, but remember we talked about it was people hospitals, not a veterinarian office. People hospitals.
Oh, sorry.
So what do you think that is?
But still, I think they can.
You think they could go to a hospital to visit people?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll put D there. Disagree. We'll change it. All right. So now, before we get started, we're going to stretch so we could be ready to read. All right. So let's get up. And we're going to come over here. Come over here. We're going to stretch. Touch your toes.
Yay, I really wanted to do this.
And we're gonna wiggle around. We're gonna get all our wiggles out. All right, are you ready to be my detective?
Yes.
Remember all of our statements. All right, put on. You got your magnifying glass, and you got your detective cap on. I got mine on.
I have a real magnifying glass.
Yeah, but we're not gonna look for it right now, right?
It's close by.
Okay.
I know it.
So we have our magnifying glass. We're ready to look for some clues in our story about our anticipation statements. All right. So can you read to me? Let's put our magnifying glass right here, okay? And then we'll use it when we're gonna answer our questions, okay? All right. So can you read? What is this called? Right here. What is this called? The what of the story? The
title.
Okay. So can you read the title for me?
Socks and Body
Clinton. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and read the first paragraph, Roman.
President Clinton.
Right here. Socks. You're missing this line. Socks.
And a black cat and white cat lived in a White House with President
Clinton. Okay, remember that name, Clinton.
Family socks stayed inside the White House. The Clinton family thought socks would be safer inside the White House.
Okay, let's sit up and let's sit up and let's read nice and clearly. Like I know you know how to read nice and clearly. Okay, I know you know how to read nice and clearly. We're gonna read from the Clinton, and I want you to read nice and clearly, okay?
Mommy.
It is running. Go. Please go. The
Clinton family thought socks would be safer inside the White House.
Good. You're reading great, but can you read a little bit louder? I know you have that loud voice. Can you read a little bit louder?
He often.
Not yelling, just a little louder. He often
visited the Oval Office. He enjoyed sitting on the president's shoulders.
Good. Can you tell me who Socks is? Who's Socks? Let's see, you're detective. No, tell me. I don't want you to point. I want you to tell me.
A black and white cat.
He's a black and white cat. And whose family is he part of?
President.
The President Clinton. Remember Bill Clinton? Yes. All right. So let's go to the next paragraph. Socks. I'm going to read this one. Ready? Follow along because I'm going to ask you questions. Look at your paper and follow along where I'm reading. Can you put your finger where I'm reading? And look, I'm going to show you how you read nice and loud without yelling. Okay? Socks went on trips. Are you paying attention? Socks went on trips to local hospitals and other events in Washington, D.C. with First Lady Hillary Clinton. He traveled inside a carrying case. The case had the presidential seal on it. Okay, so you saw how I read there? Was I yelling? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right, and I read clearly, right?
But Mommy, I got lost. I don't know where I am.
That's okay. We're here at the end of this paragraph with the presidential seal on it. All right. So, where did Socks go to? Where were some of the places he went to?
He went to
local hospitals?
Local office.
No. Roman, please. We're not using this anymore. It's too distracting. Where did he go? In this paragraph. I'm not talking about the last paragraph. I'm talking about this paragraph. Where did Socks go? You're in the wrong paragraph. Tell me and don't point. I need you to tell me with your words.
Local hospital.
Very good. And who did he go with? Sit up. Who did he go with?
First Lady
Hillary Clinton. And what is the First Lady? Who is she?
The president's wife.
The president's wife. Good job. All right, ready? Last paragraph. Nice and loud. Go ahead. Socks
Fox was not a fan of the new family dog Buddy. Buddy, a
chocolate
little
Labradoodle.
Labrador
Labrador, sorry.
to live in the White House in 1997.
Good job.
Fox was not at all
Fond
of the dog Buddy chased.
Socks
Under the couch. Socks hissed and tried to scratch Buddy. Socks and Buddy stayed away from each other most of the time.
Okay, awesome. So, who's Buddy?
Buddy. I forgot.
Okay, we'll go back in the story and tell me if you can tell me who Buddy is.
Chocolate Labrador.
Labrador. Do you know what a Labrador is? It also says Socks was not a fan of the new family dog, Buddy. Do you see that sentence right here? Look. Socks was not a fan of the new family dog, Buddy. You see that?
Also a dog.
He's a dog. Whose dog is he? The new family dog. So whose dog is he?
The president.
The president's dog. So the president had 2 pets. He had a what? He had a what?
2 pets.
Okay. So what do you think it means when it says Socks was not at all fond of the dog? Do you think it means that Socks really liked the dog or didn't like the dog at all? Not at all fond of.
I think that means that he was lost.
He was lost? But where are you getting those clues from? My detective, what clues are you getting lost from?
The word found.
Okay, but it doesn't say found. It says fond. Do you hear the difference?
I don't
Found?
know found.
You don't know fond, so when we don't know a word or a phrase, we need to use clues in the story, right? It says, not at all fond of Buddy. Buddy chased Socks under the couch. Does that sound like they're friends? Socks hiss and tried to scratch Buddy. Does that sound like they're friends?
No.
So what do you think not at all fond sounds like? Like they like each other or they don't like you?
They like really don't like each other.
They really don't like each other. Okay. Like what's something you're not at all fond of? Like I am not at all fond of waking up early.
Only this time.
Only this time? How about broccoli? I am very fond of broccoli. Are you not at all fond of broccoli?
I'll take it. It makes me strong, but I don't like vegetables. But it's healthy.
It's healthy,
and it
so
makes
you'll
you
eat it.
strong.
There you go. All right, so we are gonna go back to our anticipation guide, and we're gonna go through the statements, and we're gonna write after the story if we still agree with it. So the first one is presidents are not allowed to have pets. Do you agree with that or disagree based on our story? Disagree. And what in the story told you that presidents are allowed to have pets? What clue in the story gave you that clue?
Socks, black cat, and white cat lived in the White House.
Yeah.
President Captain.
Perfect. So Socks was his pet. People only keep their pets on leashes. Are we going to keep disagree? We're going to change that to agree.
Disagree.
And what clue in the story did you find? What did the first lady keep the cat in? Look, right here. He traveled inside a carrying case. That's our clue right there. All right, the president's office is not a place for animals.
I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. And where does it say that? Where did you find that in our story?
And I also know that from a show called Ninjago, the president had a pet fish and a pet cat in his office.
Okay, but remember that's fiction, right? So
yeah.
Remember we're talking about the story that we just read. He often what?
Visited the Oval Office.
And who are they talking about? there? Who's he in that sentence?
Socks.
Very good. All right. Presidents are too busy to spend time with the pet.
No.
Disagree, right? We just
Disagree.
even you could use that same sentence to prove that, right? He often visited the Oval Office. Another place that he went with them. Didn't he go to special events and stuff with them in our story?
Yeah.
Didn't we see that?
And
All right.
he sits on the shoulder, so that's kind of
Spending time with them, right? 100%. You're so right, Roman. You're so smart. All right. So people can only have one pet.
No.
How many pets does the president have?
2.
2. President Clinton had 2.
Maybe, but it could be 1 because he's the president.
Okay, and our last one is pets are not allowed in hospitals. So you changed it to disagree. Do you want to keep disagree or you want to put agree?
Agree.
Pets are not allowed in hospitals. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
No, I know the truth. I have to go to agree. But
Really?
I'm gonna keep it like this.
No, because is that the truth? Look. Oh yeah, you're right.
But
Pets
I think
are not
I'm
allowed
gonna
in
keep
hospitals.
it like this. So I
No, Roman, look right here. It says Socks went on trips to local
But I'm
hospitals.
still gonna keep it like this.
Yes, but we're doing it. Remember, this is the before and this is the after. So do we agree with that or disagree?
Well, I want to keep it like this.
I know you want to keep it like that, but we need to fill it out. Okay, next I'm gonna show you some pictures of the pets. You want to see the president and his pets? Look, that's Bill Clinton and that's his dog. What was the dog's name again?
Buddy.
Buddy, yeah. And look at Buddy and who was the cat?
Socks.
And you know where they are? They're in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
And look, he's on his shoulders, just like we read in the story. You see that? Cool, right? Okay, awesome.
But I thought he would like be sitting.
You thought he would be sitting?
Like writing papers, writing laws, while the cat's on his shoulders.
That's how you imagined it?
No.
All right, so let's read our I can statement one more time. Read it with me. I can answer questions about a story to show that I have understood what I read. All right, do you feel like you could do that now? All right, so I'm gonna review the questions with you. So the first question, put your finger on the first question. Put your finger on the first question. Where? Put your finger. Where did Socks like to sit? So remember, we've done this before. A rainbow where we color where we find our clue. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna color where you find your clue, and then you're gonna write a sentence in your own words about it. Okay. The next question, I'm gonna read all of them, and then you're gonna work on this on your own. Okay. So put your finger on the next question. What did the case that Socks traveled inside have on it? What did the case that Socks traveled inside have on it? You're gonna find your clue and you're gonna color it. What color does that say?
Green.
Green, and then you're gonna write your sentence. All right, and then put your finger on the next question. What kind of dog was Buddy? Do the same thing, but that's gonna be colored. Your clue is gonna be colored red. All right, and then you're gonna write your sentence. And the last question is, what did Socks do to let Buddy know he did not like him? So you're gonna color that clue. What color? Yep. You already know the answer. What color are you gonna color that clue, Roman? Pay attention. What color are you gonna color that clue? Yellow. And then you're gonna write your sentence. All right, very good. So I'm gonna give you some time to do that. Good job. You did an excellent job with these questions. I'm gonna look at this later. Remember, it's very important when we don't understand what we read to take our time to read it, and if we don't understand something, you can reread it again so you make sure that you can understand what you read, right? All right, good job.